Hey friends, this is MF and welcome to my channel MF for you. It's been a long time. I know I didn't upload any of my regular video in the recent past. However, I did some live sessions on the request of those who are coming, on those who are already here and now for the January intake and those who would be coming in September. So the reason why I'm telling you is because I want you to please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. And if you have already done it, I would like you to press that bell icon so that you would get to know as and when I'm available online or I'm going live or I've uploaded video with some information at least. And there is no harm in receiving information from, doesn't matter where it comes from. So please do that. And before I proceed further, I would like to tell you that this video is going to be about the visa and the minimum wages thing. These are both critical for the students, not as well as for the dependents, just in case if that is what is of interest to you. But I would like to tell you one thing that I might be late, but not so late in a sense that I'm not going to provide you with anything which you are not aware of. But definitely, I'll be talking about the good and the bad of this both these two things, the visa, which might happen, and the visa thing which might happen, and the minimum wages which are going to be, there will be a change in the minimum wages. I'll tell you in the later part of the video. I won't be disclosing it here. So, and before I proceed again, I would like to tell you one more thing, that the video is made for the information purpose. I'm not trying to promote any brand, product, service, agency, company, whatsoever. It is just made for the purpose of guiding you all and for the information purpose. And the information being shared is based on my personal resources, my experience, and yes, the sources that I follow. So that is it. So here we go. So first thing first, about the visa, you might have heard, and you must have heard by now about the the UK, the concerned ministry or the UK Home Office is trying to restrict the number of visas they are granting to the international students, those who are coming here in UK. There are multiple reasons. I won't, I mean, since I'm not an expert, so I won't be commenting on those things. But what I've studied so far, what I've read so far, I would like to tell you that one of the critical reason that is being cited is they are trying to say that the study visa, which is quite easier for the students as well as for the dependents, to get into the UK and indulge in something which is not accepted by the home office or by the country as a whole. And still a lot of people are coming and they are getting settled. So what they are trying to say that the study visa is being used as a backdoor for the immigration. So that is one of the things that I read, which I would say might be true to an extent, because I've seen or I've got to know that there are people, those who are using study visa as a route to get just to immigrate to this country and get settled there. So what happens? They come on a study visa. They not just come as a single person, but they come along with their family and they just try to figure out a way to get settled down here. So what they do, uh, they come on a tier 4 visa and they switch to tier 2 visa as soon as they come in here. So this is where the imbalance is happening. So what they are, and also this is, I mean, this is becoming a concern because they always try to keep a balance between the number of people coming in and the number of people going out, because UK is not so big country, it's just a small island thing. So they always keep a check on the numbers, those who are coming into the country and they are leaving. So it might be a concern for them in the recent couple of years. I mean, not in the recent years, in the couple of years, especially after the COVID restrictions have been uplifted. So a lot of students along with their dependents are coming in, but they are not leaving and they are switching from tier 4 to tier 2 visa. So this is one of those reasons. I'm just telling you this. There might be other reasons as well. As I've said, that I'm not an expert to comment on this, but what I've read, I've just mentioned, and this is pretty straightforward. So everybody knows about this thing, and even you are aware of it, that so this is what happens, and it's quite usual among the students and as well as their dependents. So anyways, I won't be discussing this thing this thing in the detail. So what I was saying, that it may happen, it might not happen, and even if it is going to happen, so this is good. So I've already informed the bad part. So the good part is that even if it is going to happen, or if it has to happen, it will take some time, because visa things and immigration stuff, it doesn't happen overnight. So if a minister has said something, or somebody has said something, it's not going to happen. I mean, it's not going to be implemented within just a couple of days or maybe just a couple of months. It will take some time. So that is one good news. And second good news is that a lot of universities, in fact, majority of the universities, because the income that the UK as a whole, I mean, UK as a whole generate from the international students is quite a big. Especially, I was doing a project for my master, so I came to know that it's like almost like it's a very big amount that the international students bring in and contribute to the UK's economy. So mm, and the universities here are dependent, especially for the financial part, on the international students because they pay a huge amount of money, which helps them maintain their standard as well as provide subsidized fees to the local students. So that is how they try to manage. They manage the subsidized fees for the local students and to maintain those infrastructure because we pay a lot of money to these universities over here. So I mean, which is quite acceptable. So a lot of universities are resisting to this proposed change. I'm still saying it's a proposed change. So or against this visa restriction thing that is coming in the news in the latest in the last few months. So I would like to emphasize on one thing that those who are planning to come to the UK and they are feeling sort of dejected or demotivated, or not feeling negative about coming to the UK, whether they should be coming or not, I would say if you have planned, please do come because this is something which is, I mean, which may happen or might not happen, as I said. So if you have planned, especially for this year, you can still take a chance. But if you're so if you're so apprehensive about coming to the UK, especially after this news on visa restriction, then I would suggest you can explore or you can have a plan B or option B for you. Maybe some European country, maybe Canada, Australia, New Zealand, or yeah, you can look for other options. Always keep your options open. Don't get demotivated and don't get negative about all these news. This is because visa is something that can change for any country. It's not just UK, it can change for any country. It could be Canada, it could be US, it could be Australia, it could be European countries. So please don't do not feel negative about it. Please stay hopeful, and at least if you are coming at least for this year, you shouldn't, I mean, at least as per my experience and what I feel, that you shouldn't be changing your plans if you have plans of coming to the coming to UK to this in this year. So that is one thing. And also about the visa thing I've discussed. What is there? Yes. So as I said, there is something good, there is something bad. So good is the bad is that it might happen, and there are talks going on regarding this. And the good thing is that it will not happen so early, and it will not happen overnight. And even if it is going to happen, there is a lot of resistance that the ministries or the UK Home Office or the concerned authorities have to face from the universities itself, because universities are against it. So they are not in favor of it, they are against it. So this is really a good part. So they'll be standing for all of us, or for all of the prospective students, that no, they want students to come in and be a part of UK. And also regarding this, since I was talking about the visa, number of visas being granted, so there is this thing that they are talking about the graduate visa extension. So earlier it used to be PSW, but now they've started calling it graduate visa extension. So there will be changes on that as well. So they will try to restrict the period of the graduate visa extension, which is now 2 years, as it was the case back in 2012. So they're trying to restrict it to just 6 months. So if you're lucky enough to find a job, a sponsored job within those 6 months, then you are happy to stay here, and they are happy to have you here. But if you don't find a job, unfortunately, you will have to leave this country. So again, so but this is something which is not going to happen so soon. So please do not rely on these primary sources of information, be it YouTube or some other whatever source that you follow. Please be hopeful, keep your plans active, and always keep an option B open for you. So that is one thing. And then second thing about the minimum wages thing, those who are here and those who would be coming and they still want to come here despite this negative news or the visa restriction thing, graduate visa extension restriction thing. So from 1st of April 2023 onwards, there is going to be an increase in the minimum wage, which is now 9.42 or 9.47 for an hour. It will be increased to 10.42 for an hour for those, I mean, at least for those who are coming here then the minimum national wage would be 10.42 for an hour now. That is good thing, but but the bad part is this, that UK as a whole is seeing the inflation in the recent part has become a big concern, or a major concern for everybody, especially those on a study visa, and as well as for the local people. So it's quite generic in nature. So even if you are going to have your minimum wages increase from 9.4 or 9.50 or 9.47 to 10.42, you'll be having inflation taking place, or it is in fact taking place. So it will be compensated or balanced somehow. So I don't know whether it's I mean, on paper, theoretically, it looks pretty good. Oh, okay, we would be getting, or the students would be getting a minimum wage of 10.42 for an hour, but you'll have to take into consideration the inflation that is taking place. So the price rise, not just for the regular groceries and living thing, and the rent part also, as well as for the commute. So they are going to increase the commute, the fares for the trains and for the buses. So it will be compensated somehow. So this is what I feel. So please don't get excited. Just in case, if you are so happy about it, do not get excited. Let it happen and see how much you can earn, how much you can save, and how much you can invest, or end up spending in your daily routine or daily life. So this is it. So for today, I'm not trying to I mean, I don't want to stretch this video further, but I just wanted to emphasize on these two things, that stay hopeful, don't feel negative about coming to the UK. I mean, I would suggest, if I were you, then I wouldn't be getting affected by all these negative news, or the news that is being spread by certain YouTube channels, that something is going to happen, you should be worried about, and all those things. I mean, if I were you, I wouldn't be getting worried about all these things. I'll have my plans on place. I'll keep it intact, and I'll keep my option be open. That is the best I could do. And as I said, immigration, visa, and all these things, it, even if, I mean, there is a course that takes place, so it doesn't happen overnight. It takes some time. So those who are already here, even those I mean, those who are already here, even they got worried if they are going to have their graduate visa extended or not once they finish their degree. So this is the impact of negative news or such news, especially when it comes to visa. So what I was trying to emphasize, that please don't deviate, and please don't get depressed and demotivated. Stay hopeful, and keep your plans intact, active, and yes. So this should be it actually, and this was pretty short video. I mean, I thought of making a very decent duration video, and covering two or three more important things, but I think this is for today, this is fine, and I'll definitely cover there are a couple of more important things that I'll try to cover in the next video that I'm going to make, maybe this weekend, or if not this weekend, then definitely next weekend I'm going to make that video. And please keep a watch on my channel, subscribe it, like, and share it further. And most importantly, the thing which motivates me really is your comments. When you comment on my videos, and ask questions, that's something makes me feel motivated, and I get a sense that yes, that people are watching my videos, and they are getting some information, and so that is where the questions are coming from, and that is why the questions are coming. So please do that, and stay happy, healthy, and safe, and we'll see you next week in the video, or maybe after a few days in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.